Good morning to all of you. आवाज आ रही है? Can you hear me? Can you hear me and can you see the board? If you can, then write there A for audio and V for video in a chat. All of you write in chat A video, A audio, V video. If it is clear. I hope you got the link. मुझे कुछ भी दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है चैट में. Are you listening? Because मैं दूसरे का नेटवर्क लेके पढ़ा रहा हूँ. तो मैं मोबाइल भी स्टार्ट नहीं कर सकता क्योंकि मोबाइल के नेटवर्क से मैंने स्टार्ट किया है फोन. All of you, no one is writing chat. What happened? Is that clear? No, not clear. Na? Sorry. So if it is clear, write good. So many of you have written, but I am not able to see here. It is not visible to me that I have seen some other mobile. दूसरे की मोबाइल में देख के बता रहा हूँ. आपको दिख रहा है कई लोग को. एनीवे चलिए हम लोग कल एक पीरियड आधे में छूट गया था. लास्ट पीरियड भी. And we have started one question. In that question it was asked there, when a charged particle is circulating, when a charged particle is circulating, when a charged particle is circulating, then how the magnetic field and what is the amount of magnetic field generated at the center. That was the question, sorry. So we have a charged particle circulating in a radius of say radius a. ये क्वेश्चन था लास्ट पेड में हमने लिखा था. लास्ट पेड भी नहीं लग पाया था. यहाँ पे एक चार्ज पार्टिकल है, इसकी वेलोसिटी v है. इट इज सर्कुलेटिंग. चार्ज पार्टिकल इज सर्कुलेटिंग. it is circulating like this, and here will be some magnetic field that we have to calculate. So for this we will use the concept of, okay, for this we will use the concept of the magnetic field due to the current carrying coil. तो वो हमने पढ़ा था B is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi 2 pi and I divided by A. ये हमने लास्ट पीरियड में पढ़ा था. तो यहाँ पर mu naught upon 4 pi इसकी वैल्यू होती है 10 to the power -7. ये भी आप नोट कर सकते हो. We will use this formula to find the intensity of magnetic field due to the moving charge in a circular path. Okay, so A is the radius. A is the radius of the charged particle. Sorry, A is the radius of the circular path, and Q is the charge. V is its velocity. So you know one more thing also, that we have I is equal to dq by dt, that we know, correct? So we will use this concept here. We have a number of n terms. You can directly write total Ni equal to total charge. Okay, here dq by dt. So Ni means the total number of times current, how many times of current is flowing. Means if there are n number of terms, so n times the current will flow. Here, it's a charge particle is circulating. We will relating that term with that. Okay. Charge particle is circulating. So you also know one thing. The V is equal to R omega. So here we will write R is A here. That we also know. Clear? And what is A? A is the radius. Omega, angular velocity. So here the angular velocity is omega. You can write it in terms of frequency. Omega is equal to 2 pi into nu. Okay, 2 pi into frequency. Correct? Means in a 1 second, in a 1 second, the charge particle is circulating nu times. Okay, it means what? Nu means it is a frequency. It meaning is charge particle Q circulates nu times in 1 second. Correct? Nu times per second. So if it is a circulating nu times, so how much will be the current we can calculate? Okay. So nu is actually per second. Nu is per second. Correct? So we will get here. Hence, charge particle is circulating. Okay. Just see Ni. When you multiply it with charge here, so it will be charge per second. Okay, frequency into frequency into चार्ज, ऐसा भी हम लिख सकते हैं चार्ज पर सेकेंड, जैसे अपने देखा dq बाई dt। तो फ्रीक्वेंसी की वैल्यू है, देखो यहाँ पर आप फ्रीक्वेंसी को लिख सकते हैं इसके टर्म में ओमेगा अपॉन 2 पाई, ओमेगा अपॉन 2 पाई इंटू क्यू, ये वैल्यू आ गया पूरा का पूरा। करेक्ट? एंड वी आल्सो राइट द सी from this relation we can also write the omega is equal to v by radius, also omega is equal to v by a, v by radius, ये वैल्यू को यहाँ पर पुट करोगे, hence total current will be v q on 2 pi a, ये वाली वैल्यू जो है यहाँ पर ये टोटल यहाँ पर पुट करो आप, so hence Ni का वैल्यू यहाँ पर पुट करेंगे, the magnetic field intensity at the center of the circle, करेक्ट? यहाँ पर जो हमको मिलेगा B इज इक्वल टू म्यू नॉट अपॉन 4 पाई 2 पाई Ni की जगह ये पूरा वैल्यू क्यू वी डिवाइडेड बाई 2 पाई ए, अब ये 2 पाई पूरा का पूरा कैंसिल, म्यू 0 अपॉन 4 पाई क्यू वी डिवाइडेड बाई ए। ठीक है, एक मिनट, ए यहाँ पहले से भी था, एक ए और आया, ए स्क्वायर आएगा, so this is the formula। Okay, so once again, when a charged particle Q circulating in a radius A with a velocity V, then how much is the magnetic field is generated at the center? We get by this formula. B is equal to mu naught by 4 pi QV upon A square. So you will just note down. आपको आप बाद में note कर लेना वीडियो देख करके. अब यहाँ पर one more thing we will see here. We will write in terms of omega also. Okay, this is the formula in terms of V. Okay, this is the formula in terms of V. So where we use this for frequency. We will write in terms of angular velocity. In terms of angular velocity, you know V is equal to R omega, V is equal to A omega. Also, V is equal to A omega. हम पुट कर दें यहाँ पर तो क्या मिल जाएगा म्यू नॉट अपॉन 4 पाई क्यू A omega divided by A. One more formula in terms of angular frequency, in terms of angular velocity. Correct? See, we also know omega is equal to 2 pi into nu. Okay, omega is equal to 2 pi into nu. That also we can write mu naught upon 4 pi. Instead of omega, we can write q 2 pi nu by A. Okay, means sometimes you have given in terms of frequency, means the charged particle is obtaining 20,000 turns in per second, 50,000 turns in per second. So you will use that thing directly here. Okay, charged particle. How many turns it is obtaining per second? That will be the frequency. Okay, so at the time you can put this also directly. Now one more thing we will see. Generally, when the charged particle is given in terms of motion, it is obtaining any kind of motion. So it is generally not given in terms of velocity, not given. Many times it can be given. Okay. Sometimes it is very popularly it is given in terms of kinetic energy that you have seen in many of the questions, particularly in chemistry also. And in one more chapter we have seen the electron is fed by this much potential like that. Okay, ऐसा दिया रहता है. Means यदि आपको वैसा दिया रहेगा तो क्या करोगे? अभी बिफोर लास्ट ईयर जो एग्जाम में भी क्वेश्चन आया था उसमें भी वैसा ही दिया हुआ था. कंपैरिजन, देयर वर कंपैरिजन, two different kinetic energies of different charged particles are given. Okay, so to get in terms of kinetic energy, first we will write in terms of momentum. You also know momentum. P is equal to mass into velocity. So here in terms of velocity we have multiplied and dividing by mass. Here multiplying and dividing by mass. So we can write V is equal to P by M. यहाँ पे आ जाए. So we will get P in terms of momentum. Instead of V, we will write P by M. Q P by M. One more relation in terms of momentum. Correct? And you also know that kinetic energy half mv square, and there is a relation between the kinetic energy and momentum half mv square, and you also know the p square is equal to m square v square. m को यहाँ 2 बार लिख देता हूँ, हाफ से मल्टीप्लाई कर देंगे तो ये काइनेटिक एनर्जी होगा हाफ mv square. So we will write the p square is equal to half mk. Okay, sorry, 2 mk, 2 से मल्टीप्लाई डिवाइड, p square equal to 2 mk. तो ये वाले वैल्यू यहाँ पे पुट कर देते हैं, तो b इक्वल टू वन मोर रिलेशन वी विल हैविंग p इज इक्वल टू root over 2mk. So see, m is in denominator also. 1m will be cancelled out. So this is the relation that was asked in examination before last year. You have to compare. Okay. So kinetic energies are given. Kinetic energies are given. And one more. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 formulae of the same thing, but expressing in different terms are there. Particularly in NEET and JEE also, that is asked the comparison and relation. So it is asked how the B is related with A. So here just see the B is related with inversely proportional to A square. Here the B is inversely proportional to A. Here the B is again inversely proportional to A square. Yeah. How it is related to the mass. So here the B is inversely proportional to M. Here the B is inversely proportional to root M. Okay. And one more we will write. Generally, the kinetic energy of the accelerated charge particle or the moving charge particle is given in terms of its accelerating potential. It is given in terms of accelerating potential. Always you have seen. Okay. So for a charge particle, K is equal to Q into V. V is the accelerating potential. V is not velocity. That is small v. ठीक है, तीन अलग अलग कंफ्यूज मत होना, ये फ्रीक्वेंसी है, ये वेलोसिटी है, ये पोटेंशियल है. ठीक है. So V is equal to accelerating potential. So we can replace K by this also. Let's see. Hence, the magnetic field intensity at the center where the charge particle is projected with a this much potential, okay, V. So mu naught upon 4 pi Q within a bracket to QV. V is the accelerating potential, A square and divided by mass. Now just see here, the B is proportional to Q raised to power 1 and half, mean 3 by 2. Yes. So overall we can write ऐसे ही रहे, but you can understand. Okay, the B is proportional to what here? B is proportional to Q raised to power 3 by 2. And B is proportional to V raised to power 1 by 2. B is proportional to M raised to power minus 1 by 2. तो डिनोमिनेटर में है M. ठीक है. तो ऐसी छोटी छोटी चीजों के कारण पूरे क्वेश्चन का रूप ही बदल जाता है ना. देखो कैसे एक ही चीज को हमने कितने प्रकार से एक्सप्रेस किया और सब इम्पोर्टेंट है, पर्टिकुलरली ये वाला और ये वेलोसिटी वाला. ठीक है, ये तो ज्यादातर नहीं आता है, फ्रीक्वेंसी और ठीक है. तो काइनेटिक एनर्जी ये एग्जाम में आ चुका है, बिफोर लास्ट ईयर इट वाज देयर, करेक्ट. सो इट इज. तो ये एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक था, दैट इज ओवर. मोस्टली यू हैव सीन charge particle is given electron. When an electron is circulating, so you have to write simply, instead of q you have to write a small e. Okay, that value you know, q. Okay, for electron, all of you know that the charge of electron, the q is equal to simply e. Okay, and since it is a negative, charge, so what will happen? Everything will be same, only the direction of magnetic field which we are deriving के निकाल रहे थे फ्लेमिंग्स के राइट हैंड रूल से, वो नहीं होगा, बस उसका उल्टा होगा. Remember, always remember, formula we have to apply the same itself, but the direction of the magnetic field produced will be just reverse, just opposite. Okay, so in case of electron, everything will be same. Okay, for electron, every formula will be same. All these formula will be same. Means instead of Q, we have to take a minus, but direction will be different. तो यहाँ पे हमको और कुछ नहीं, यहाँ पे हमको E लिखना है, यहाँ पे हमको E लिखना है, यहाँ पे हमको E लिखना है, यहाँ भी हमको E लिखना है, यहाँ भी हमको E लिखना है, यहाँ भी हमको E लिखना है, और यहाँ भी हमको E लिखना है दोनों में. बस एवरीथिंग इज सेम. एंड प्रोटॉन आएगा तो प्रोटॉन के लिए भी ई लिखना है, बट प्रोटॉन का डायरेक्शन सेम रहेगा. डायरेक्शन विल बी अपोजिट. मींस इट इज नॉट कैलकुलेटेड बाय द फ्लेमिंग राइट हैंड रूल. ओके, इट्स डायरेक्शन द अपोजिट. क्लियर? तो इसको आप पूरे वीडियो को एक बार और देखना और फिर डेरिवेशन खुद करना. ठीक है, तो ये ओवर हो गया. ये 2 पीरियड नहीं लग पाया था. फाइनली इट इज ओवर. आई वॉज थिंकिंग कि आज भी प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा, नहीं हो पाएगा, लेकिन मैं आज मोबाइल से पढ़ा रहा हूँ. ठीक है, नेटवर्क लेके पढ़ा रहा हूँ इतने दिन के बाद. रनिंग गुड ना, आई होप. बट मैं आई कॉन्ट नॉट से योर चैट एटसेट्रा. चैट मुझको नहीं दिख रहा है. ठीक है, और उसको देखने के लिए मैं एक नया मोबाइल चालू. चलिए, तो ये हो गया. आई होप बीच बीच में रुक भी रहा है. Yeah, video is stopped. What happened? Now once again it is running. Okay. चलिए एक और चीज हम देखते हैं अब. तो एक काम करते हैं, आज यहीं पे क्लोज करते हैं. ओके,